I had to say what it is. Somebody was like, what's the EV called?
Giving honor to the Father, giving honor to the Son, giving honor to the Holy Ghost.
Hi, my name is April. I'm the creator of Breath of Life Daily, and I'm here with gospel artist Lesley Shannelle. I'm so glad that I'm able to interview you and feature you on the magazine.
So, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I have some good questions for you. First, I'm gonna start out with one, just kind of some get to know you, please.
Okay, go.
I'm a biblical person, so.
Okay, here we go.
What is your favorite Bible verse and why?
Okay, so I would probably have to say for right now, it switches. But for right now, Romans 8:28. As and we know that all things work together for the good. To those who love God and are called according to His purpose. And I think in the last, year or so, I just had to keep reminding myself. That's kind of kept me encouraged. Because things don't happen like you want them, like you plan. But I have to just know and just encourage myself that all things are working together. And that I am called according to His purpose, and that I love Him, and so He's working it out for me. And so right now, past year or so, that's been my favorite scripture. So,
okay, cool. I love that one too. Okay, so on to a harder question now. But
okay.
We established that at what point in your life did you find faith for yourself? Because a lot of times our parents make us go to church.
Right. Right.
At what point did you find faith for yourself?
Okay, so I was in the church, of course, since I was born. Mm-hmm. My dad's a preacher, mom's a missionary, so that's all I know. Mm-hmm. I think it wasn't until I've always believed in God, and I've always, trusted God and went to church, but it wasn't when I went to college, because I didn't have the safety net as much of my parents. Mm-hmm. So it kind of showed me that I had to lean on somebody else, because I really couldn't even tell my parents everything. And everything that I was doing, even when I was in my sin, like I knew I had to look to somebody. Someone had to save me. And that's when I think I started having a personal relationship with God, okay? And not just, what my parents taught me. It was, okay, now I have to learn God for myself. And this is what happens when this happens. So I think, I started having a personal relationship with God when I was in college. And just kind of knowing who He is, starting to study because I know I needed Him, and I wanted to know more for myself, not just things I've heard. Right. And that's when I think I started going through my more challenging trials. And you're becoming an adult, so it's challenging, and I just kind of had to learn. My mom couldn't do it for me, my dad. I just had to kind of step out there and start learning who God was for myself. So I think that was a very pivotal moment when I was just like, okay, now God, I need you for myself, not for anybody else, or not something that someone's told me. Right. I know you're good, but, I was very clear on that when God kind of, covered me at times when I was in college. And so that's when I kind of started learning God and started getting that personal relationship with Him.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you find your passion for music? When did you find that you had a passion for singing?
Oh, I was singing since I was 3 in the adult choir. So I've always sang, and I've always had a passion, and I've always wanted to do it, and I've always admired people who were doing it. The worst thing that happened to me was fear. And I guess it didn't happen, but that's what I had. That's what the devil used to try to kind of just, you just stay in the choir. You just stay in the choir. At a very early age, my pastor said I was anointed, and he used to have me lay hands on people and things like that. But the devil was really busy, and he just kind of told me, you don't want to do that, because if you do that, people are going to laugh at you. They are going to judge you. They're going to talk about you. Your voice is not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not, so he had me in a box, and I was very satisfied, with singing in the choir and just going by day to day. And it wasn't until about 2 years ago, after I've gotten married, I'm a teacher, I have 3 kids, and I got into this deep depression. And really bad, and I kept saying, God, what is going on? Why am I in this depression? And finally God told me, because I was really seeking after Him. He's like, that's because you're not doing what you know you're called to do. And He said, I put this in your heart a long time ago, and you keep suppressing it, and you keep allowing the devil to tell you no, and I'm telling you what you need to do. So he really had to, and I think God allowed that to happen to me so that I could, all I could do was reach up and say, okay, I'll do it. Because I was like, I got to get out of this, funk. I'm making everybody around me miserable. And so that's when I kind of, I told God, hey, I'll do it. I'm going to do it. And it didn't happen instantly, but I think more and more I should start trusting him and not caring, what people will say, because the truth of the matter is they're going to talk anyway.
Yes.
So when I just decided for myself, hey, this is what I'm going to do, I think God just started releasing the depression off of me. He started to, deliver me from it. And it wasn't instant, and that's what I kind of try to tell people. It's not an instant thing. It's a daily struggle, and it's a daily prayer, and it's a daily way to seek him. But once I started doing that, and it started being all about him, not about me, and then he just started, just slowly just reaching down and picking me up. And it literally happened like that.
That's definitely right. We
have
to abide in him
exactly every day. Yeah, that's what it is. And so, because easily, you can slip back into that. And my heart goes out to those who still deal with it, because I am a witness that it's not easy. And you can go to work and you can go to church with smiles on your face and be in a depression. And so, my heart goes out to people who are still struggling with it, and those who couldn't even take it anymore and decided to do something about it. And so, it's just, that's where my heart is for people with that struggle.
Awesome.
Yeah. Right.
So, as an artist, who are your musical inspirations in the industry? Who inspires you?
Well, I will say on an early age, around 4 or 5, 6, my mom and dad would not let me listen to secular music. So I couldn't listen to it now. So I was like, oh my gosh, like who does that? But I was like, okay, Mom, I don't like the old people music. That's what I'm telling her. And so we finally found BB and CC Wine.
Okay.
That's what was out back in the day, around 89. And I'm telling my age now, but yeah, around 89. And I was like, yes, this is it, because it had a very, very popular beat, popular sound. But they were, talking about God, talking about Jesus. And although my mom said, well, they're not saying Jesus. I was like, but Mom, that's who they're talking about. Like, I knew that's who they were talking about. And they were even, played on the secular stations, at that time.
I still hear that song listening
right,
to this station.
Right, exactly. You still do it. And I would love it because I was able to listen to very pure music. But I was young, so I wanted to dance. I wanted to, I liked urban music at the time. And so, of course, they were my big, CC Winans. I thought I was CC Winans. Okay.
Right.
I thought
she is
awesome. She's still awesome. But of course, Kirk Franklin and Mary and those with the contemporary sound, they're definitely people that inspire me and just have that crossover attribute to their music, because a lot of people don't, which is fine because there's a place for everybody. But I definitely love that place where they can cross over and they can go to people who may not go to church. Because to me, that's really what kingdom building is going outside and bringing people to Christ, not even bringing people to your church, but to bring people to Christ, bring people to God and his love. And so definitely, those three, CC, Kirk, when Stomp came out, I remember almost losing my mind. Oh my God, Mama, did you hear this song?
Yes, that is the song.
Yes. And of course, Mary. I mean, they're really a big influence on me now. Erica Campbell, just absolutely wonderful, and just very contemporary, but the message is still there. So yeah, those people are great.
Ooh, so that brings me to my next question. What exact specific message are you trying to get out with your platform?
Right. My platform is really for people to know that God is love, and you need him in your life. He makes my life complete. That is why I am happy. That's why I have joy. It's not because everything goes right in my life, but because he is who he is to me that I'm here. And I think a lot of people don't know that. It's so much going on in the world. I mean, it's a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. I mean, we can just look on television and we can just see even what's starting to drive people right now, and it's just, you know, people are looking for hope, and I know where the hope lies. And so my message is to just say, you know, I serve a God that's a great God. He's a God of love. He's a God of forgiveness. Because some people are out there thinking, he can't save this. You don't know what I've done. Right. And so my thing is, God loves you anyway. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be in a church. I want you to know who God is for yourself. So that is my message. My message is almost more for those who don't even know who God is than people who know who God is, because I think there are people out there who you know, cater to that group, and which is me, you know, because I know who God is. But there is, you know, I want to talk to people and perform to people who may not know who God is, you know, just need salvation in their life, and they don't even know they need it. But I want to be a light that says, yeah, you know, you need it. And of course, I want everybody to love it, those who are saved and unsaved. But I just have a special part, because I think a special place in my heart. I think some people don't even know how much they need Him, and they just think, you know, they think of God as a religion, and you have to go to church and do these things, and He's so much more than that. So that's where, you know, right, exactly. So that's really what the message I want to go, that you really do need God. He's awesome. Yes. And so if you want to just keep continuing to live this life, being with God, Jesus, that's a whole better way. And God is love. Yes, God is love. He is. So, yeah, that's my message.
Okay. So what kind of feel can we expect from your music?
My music is feel good. I love to feel good. I love
upbeat. I heard the track.
Yes, upbeat, and definitely, you know, something that a lot that can kind of, it's young and it's fun. It's definitely upbeat, but it's positive music. Definitely something that is uplifting and that people, you know, will enjoy to listen to, and, you know, just have like a brightness, you know, when they listen to it, because, you know, it's so much down and depressing things going on. So my job, I think that when I know that my job is to be the light. Yes. It's to be the light for the world. So
lifting, positive, light.
Yes, exactly.
I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to have some structure with that. So what book are you reading now, or what book have you currently read?
So the last book I read was Instinct by T.D. Jakes. Yes, I had to read that book. It was for me, and it talked about your instincts, because so many times I think things and I'm not gonna read. No, that's not gonna read. But I think, especially if you're aligned with God, He kind of gives it to you. Yes. He doesn't give it to you just to give it to you. He gives it to you to do something. So it's so many points. I don't even want to start going them out there, because He's just great. But there's so many points that He gave me that kind of made me say, yes, okay, I'll do it. And just talking to being around the right people, just kind of going after it, and just knowing you're going to make mistakes, but going after it anyway. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Right. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You had to step out of there.
Right, but I had to go. It's just kind of like a bird. He talks about a bird flying out the nest, and that's how a bird learns to fly. The mama's just pushing him out there, and he's beginning to fall, and he thinks he's going to die, so he starts flapping his wings so hard, he starts to fly. Yes. And that's kind of how I feel now. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can't just fall, so I just got to keep flapping until I begin to fly. And so that's kind of where I am right now. So that's the last book I read. So
yes,
great book.
Okay, I definitely got to read. All right, so what projects do you have that you're working on now?
Well, actually, I have an EP out right now. It's 5 songs. It's called Use Me. Okay. So it's anywhere that you can download music. It's on iTunes, Google Play, CD Baby, Amazon. Everywhere. Google it, whatever, it'll come up. Okay. So check it out. It's real hot. You'll love it. It's upbeat. It's called Use Me. Lesley Shannelle, and so I'm just trying to get out there right now and tour. But you'll absolutely love it, and people are really, you know, feeling the whole EP. And so soon, hopefully, I'll get the LP out. But right now, we're just kind of working this EP, going to cities, getting my name out there right now.
Stepped out there.
Yes, started. We did. Yeah, exactly, and that's what I had to do. So I'm really excited about this project. It's really awesome.
All right, we're excited about it with you. So thank you so much for taking this time out to just interview, because I'm definitely looking forward to all your projects that you have coming up. So
Thank you.
All right, and that's it. And you can catch the latest updates at breathoflifedaily.com.